Well, first of all, it beats me. Let me be very, very clear. I'm very confused at this pick simply because when I think about Phil Jackson, he made promises that he's simply not keeping. And if I seem a bit agitated, yes, it would happen to be because I'm on vacation and I came off vacation just to talk about this subject because as a native New Yorker, I'm completely disgusted. When I look at this kid, Porzingis, let me be very, very clear about this kid, Porzingis, okay? The kid is talented. He knows how to spread the floor. He's 7'1", he's 220. He can put the ball on the floor, he can spread it, he can shoot from the perimeter. He's got tremendous talent, and in 3 to 5 years, he may very well be big time. But gentlemen, this is not about that. This is about now. Because when you look at the fact that Phil Jackson picked this individual, you're talking about a project. Phil Jackson in the New York Knicks passed up on at least 4 dudes who are NBA ready now. You got Willie Cauley-Stein. You passed up on him. You got Justice Winslow, who I think is the steal of the draft. You passed up on him, okay? Stanley Roberts out of Arizona. You passed up on him. That's just to name a few. And why did you do this? You did this because of some dude who may or may not be ready in 2 years. A year after you paid Carmelo Anthony $124 million, told the city of New York you were going to be respectable, you were going to contend for a playoff spot within the Eastern Conference, then has the temerity, the unmitigated gall, the disgusting proclamation that you did a great job because you cleaned up the house by tanking the season. And oh, by the way, when you tank the season, you didn't even do that right because 2 of your last 3 games at Atlanta, at Orlando, you lost those 2, basically giving more ping pong balls to the Minnesota Timberwolves, who ended up with the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft. New York Knicks fans were at the Barclays Center booing because we recognize that we have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived by Phil Jackson and the New York Knicks. That is the situation. That is what is going on, and that is why I stand here on my vacation, blissfully happy until tonight when this happened. Ruined everything. Just ruined it.
He looks like an extra in a Dolph Lundgren movie that Jay Billis once starred in. We get that, okay? But you're talking 7'2", okay, 230 pounds, 19 years old. He is as good a shooter as there is in this draft. He's an athlete. He can be a rim protector in time. Is he going to struggle in his rookie year? Absolutely. But in 2 or 3 years, you have a chance to have somebody that you may have in New York for 12 more years. I like this pick because after Okafor, Towns, and Russell, you are swinging for the fences, and Phil Jackson is earning his money. I like the pick.
Written piece on Grantland, sort of letting people get to know Porzingis and how this has been his goal and how he's developed himself for this opportunity. But you said on a draft preview show last night you were very skeptical about making a pick of a guy like Porzingis this early in the draft.
Him in particular. And here's why. The New York Knicks fans have suffered long enough. Okay, they haven't won a championship since the early 70s. All of the terms I'm hearing about this young man is 2 or 3 years. Rim protector in a couple of years, possibly. A project, real thin. I just felt like they deserved a turnkey type player, and Justice Winslow would have gave him that to play with Carmelo Anthony.
It's going to be interesting to see what Phil Jackson does in free agency. You know, even if you get a guy like a Greg Monroe, he's a great fit player, but you know, you're not going to turn around this franchise in one day. You have to build for the future, and I would agree with Jill, and I think Porzingis has great upside. But I don't know if he's going to be able to do all that dancing with the basketball when he has somebody on him who's pushing him off the block. He has the skill set of Dirk, the high side. I don't know if he's going to get there, though.
I think the problem is the physical challenge he's going to have to take on in the NBA. I mean, he's really thin. I mean, you know, you can joke, say, he said he was hungry. He better be because he needs to put weight on in a hurry. I mean, his legs are toothpicks. He needs to put a lot of weight on and get stronger. So the physical challenge is the only question I have with him. He's a light rebounder. He's not going to be able to guard in the post right now. So he can take a big guy and stretch the floor and take him out on the floor. The question is on the other end of the floor, what's going to happen when a big guy takes him into the post? Will he be able to hang? In time, he can be really, because he may be the best shooter of any size in this draft. He can really shoot it.
And there's a reason why we didn't have any
Priscilla move him off the block?
Everybody looks tall next to Franny.
And there's
but it's the skinny thing. It's not the tall. We already know that.
There's a reason why we didn't have comp video for him, because for me, he was a combination of Dirk and Darko.